Netflix's new documentary film, Girl in the Picture, might be the most twisted thing I have seen this year. So let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and streaming services. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. In this doc, a woman found dying by a road leaves behind a son, a man claiming to be her husband, and a mystery that unfolds like a nightmare. It begins in April 1990 with the discovery of a 20-year-old female on the side of an Oklahoma City road. The victim was Tanya Hughes, who was married to a guy named Clarence Hughes, and they had a 2-year-old son, Michael. The mystery about this documentary film just does not focus on that. There is so much more that is truly twisted and haunting that goes decades back and has incest, rape, and so much more that makes this film horrifying to watch. The film centers around this one picture that people recognize Tanya Hughes to be. It leads to the discovery that Tanya Hughes was actually Sharon Marshall, and she goes from an ambitious teenager with a scholarship to a woman with a 2-year-old son forced by her abusive husband to work as a stripper. And there's even more than that. The way that this film is structured, it gives you key elements in the beginning, and it may be a little bit jarring and confusing at times if you do not know of this case, as it gives you certain points in the beginning where it's just throwing you into the case with the 2-year-old son. But the way that it works, it starts to kind of rewind, go a little bit backwards. At times it's fast forwarding, it's going to different parts, kind of just jumping back and forth. But by doing that, if you get an understanding of this one part of the story, then it's very helpful to understand the next part of the story. And then we start to learn a little more of Sharon Marshall and her husband and their relationship. And then once you understand that, then you can go to a different part in time and explore that. And it just kind of piggies back off of each other to help each sequence and get an understanding of what had happened, because there is different names, there's different places, different relatives, different parents that are involved. And by the end of it all, it's frustrating. It's absolutely horrific what people did and how people neglected children. As a parent myself, it's hard to watch. As a parent of 3 kids, it's hard to watch certain sequences and how people neglected their children or didn't put any effort into it. So at times, the way that this director captures interviews and footage, he makes sure that you are frustrated while watching this film. And as how horrific this film is, it makes those elements just so heartbreaking to watch. Not only does the film focus on Sharon Marshall, but also focuses on the man, Franklin Delano Floyd, and his crimes against Sharon Marshall and her son. But then you start to unearth all of his crimes, and it dates all the way back to 1972 and 1962 as well, with bank robberies, abductions of little girls. And he's been on the run since 1973, skipping out on a court date. There's so much that this guy has done over these few years, and once you get the setup of this 2-year-old son, Michael, that he had with Sharon Marshall, and then start to explore who actually Sharon Marshall is and how she is connected to Franklin, then it starts to just unravel and it gets absolutely crazy and horrific to watch. And then it just becomes absolutely twisted with what it does explore. And I don't want to kind of give away too much of this case because I didn't know much about it going in. I didn't read the synopsis of this documentary. I didn't know much about it. Upon watching it all, I was shocked with what had happened. And the director makes sure to utilize reenactments, conversations, courtroom footage, and the score as well to always keep the tone chilling. This is probably the most twisted documentary film I have seen this year. It covers incest, rape, bank robberies, so much more than that over several decades, and it just really spirals out of control. Make sure to watch Girl in the Picture on Netflix. It's a really eye-opening documentary and how twisted people can be and how neglectful people can be as well. So before I give you my score for Girl in the Picture, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where Girl in the Picture ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I have seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Girl in the Picture a B-. Thank you guys for watching my review for Girl in the Picture, the new documentary film on Netflix. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.